What is up, everyone? Sorry, this is a day late. But yesterday, Carolyn sent me a message. She was like, "Hey, by the way, it's Mother's Day this weekend, and so, when we're planning some of these lessons out, they're planned out a few weeks in advance. So you kind of forget some of these things. So she said, "Hey, I'm gonna get that stuff put in there," and then I was like, "Great! I'm gonna get some stuff for the large group game. Will be Mother's Day." Also, it's Mother's Day on Sunday, but it's Cinco de Mayo on Thursday. So just a fun little fact for your small group. If you're on Thursday. So anyway, sorry. So she got that changed really, really early, and then my day got really, really crazy. So normally I would have done that first thing, but fortunately for you, she and Linda caught that, and so our opening small group as kids come in is going to be it says my mom is, and it's a coloring page so that your kids can write or draw things about their mother on the coloring page. So she says there at the end, it says if kids finish this quickly, they can write a sweet note to their moms on the back. And if this does not get finished, you can set it as a priority to finish after large group. So if you start this, like if you want to start your group with like, hey, what are your highs and lows? What went well? How was your week? But then you go, hey, now we're going to do this, and kids don't finish, come back to it. And so that's how we're going to start. Kids are going to come in. Remember, we want to be service ready at 15 minutes before your service time starts. So on Thursday night, doors are opening at 6:15. Be ready. 8 o'clock service. Doors are going to open at 7:45. 9:30 service. If you're attending the 8 o'clock, just get back there as soon as you can so that we can relieve the 8 o'clock people and let them go. And then for going to the bathroom and getting coffee or whatever, like let's make sure that happens as a team. Let's make sure someone is in the room and then someone else can either go and pick up, go get coffees for us or for you. Or if you need to go to the restroom, like you go while someone else stays. But again, if you do all of that first, then a Megan or a Zach or a Lynn or a Brian and Kelly, like they're there at the 8 o'clock service until you show up. Same thing for 11 o'clock. Hey, you went to 9:30. That's great. Come on back to the room first. Let's make sure those 9:30 people can get to service at 11. And then we'll figure out everything else out from there. If we need to start 5 minutes late because you need to use the restroom, well, let's start 5 minutes late. So you'll come in, kids are playing their games, having a good time. You'll do the Mother's Day coloring page. And then we will go into our large group time. Our large group today or this weekend is a Mother's Day trivia game. It's really fun. 16 questions. And so, man, do what you have time for. Ask lots of questions. Ask 5 questions, and maybe that question spurs a fun discussion where you go, you know what, the question was this about, about what you got your mom for Mother's Day. What'd you get your mom for Mother's Day? And let kids talk to each other and do that kind of stuff. So um, we'll do our worship. We'll do our story. Our story is Acts chapter 9, starting in verse 36. It's just the next story after Saul into Paul's conversion, where Peter goes into the town and people hear he's there. And there's this lady named Tabitha, whose name is also Dorcas. And I'm guessing kids will be very distracted by the name Dorcas. I would call her Tabitha in your small group. Just helpful FYI tip, just a little bit of help. So, the whole thing, Tabitha dies, but she was like, everyone loved her and she was super helpful and really giving. So people went to go find Peter and said, hey, can you come and heal her? And Peter raises her from the dead. And then when that news spreads, lots of people start to follow God because of what God did for Tabitha. And so our big idea is that we can share the stories of God's miracles, because it wasn't Peter didn't then go around and go, look what I did. It was people going, man, I saw what Tabitha was dead. She is now alive. And that was celebrated. So then we jump into our second small group where you start off with questions, very simple questions. But again, you can ask those while kids are finishing that, or you can just ask the questions. Um, it's also something called miracle stories. Share a story of a personal miracle in your life or of someone that you know. Guys, we tend to think miracles have to be walking on water or raising from the dead, and miracles can be really, really small things. It's things that happen because of God. Things that are not on the trajectory of happening, And so, what's something in your life or a story of someone that you know that's close to you that they were sick and they were healed from that sickness despite all the odds. And it doesn't have to be that you were sick, it can be that someone else was sick. Because we always want to be aware that God is doing things around us. Now, you don't have to do this activity, but I'm telling you, I'm not asking you to be like, well, one time I was driving and my car started flying and I skipped all the traffic, so I made it on time. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. Although if that happened, that's sick. Um, so we'll share some of those stories if you'd like to. Finally, prayer requests. Be praying for your kids, be praying with your kids. And then finally, I have a game that I have not put together yet. But it is a greeting card, memory verse, unscramble. So we're going to have like what's basically Mother's Day cards. But on the inside of the cards are parts of the memory verse. So then you'll mix up all the cards and hand a stack to a team of kids. And then they have to put the verse in order. But they have to open up every card to know what goes where. So that's what's happening there. And then there's a K1 hack that you can put the cards in order on a board or on the wall, and then have them go up to each card and lift the flap and say the phrase written there with you. So, again, you can make that a little bit easier for kindergarten, first grade, but for fourth and fifth grade should be fine. Second, third should be fine. So that's what we got. Please register for this volunteer celebration night. I'm not allowed to tell you there is a giveaway that I think is really cool. It's not like, I don't want to make you think we're giving away like, oh, everyone gets $1,000 new iPads or anything like that. But it is a pretty cool giveaway. It's gonna be a really fun night, a lot of celebration. And then if you have not, a lot of you already have, but if you have not accepted or declined our training for the 15th, I'm gonna be ordering some food for that, and I just want to know how much to order. So again, if you can't make it, let's figure out how to get you that training material. But I would really love it if you could be there. But again, if you can't, I'm not mad at you about it. So yeah, I sent that out yesterday morning, or Sunday night or something. So anyway, accept or decline. And then same thing for this one, accept or decline. Some of you already told me on Sunday that you aren't going to be here. I'm already working on subs. There's names right over, right there on the board. So have a great day, guys. Have a great week. I'll see you on Thursday, Cinco de Mayo. I'll see you on Sunday, Mother's Day. Let's have a good time. Peace out.